Welcome back, weenies, to the Big Buff Boy Podcast. I'm your host, Big Beefy Dan, and I'm here with my very swole co-host.
Oh, that's me. Robert the Rock 2.0 D'Onofrio. How's it going, folks?
I was gonna say Robert Giant Deltoid D'Onofrio, but the Rock 2.0 definitely works.
I'm back from Maine. I spent the week lifting up mountains and bench pressing trees, so pretty beefy.
Well, yeah, I was gonna say Bobby's back. I know everyone missed him last week, as did I. It was very lonely, but he had to defend the Canadians from invading Maine, and only he could do it because, well, I'm not calling you fat, but when you're the size of Bobby, which is literally like the entire Appalachian Mountains, just because of your arms and how beefy they are.
Yeah, pretty much.
Just roll with it. It's fine. Just go with it.
Like, you know that DC hero that's like a Native American that can grow in size for some reason? You probably don't remember this, but for some reason I do. There was a Justice League movie, and like it was just a guy that was dressed in full Native American garb, and his power was just growing in size. I don't know if I dreamt that, but I thought it was the most random shit because he didn't act like a superhero. He just acted like a Native American that can grow big.
I was going to say it's a Jet Jaguar, but maybe it's not.
No, yeah, I like that better. It's Jet Jaguar. Savior of the universe.
Golly. Anyways, tell us a little bit about Maine. Like, what actually happened?
I fought a bear again. No.
Yes.
Yeah, I went up to Maine to visit my dad, who has been up there for almost 3 months now. Yeah, almost 3 months. He's been helping he's practically my uncle. Close family friend, you know how that goes.
Oh, yeah.
Pretty much like refurbish his house, like get it ready for selling, basically.
Okay.
So I went up there, spent some time up there, and recreational marijuana is legal in Maine. And
fucking hot, baby.
Very easy to find. And I partook a metric load. I smoked a lot of weed.
In the name of the Lord.
In the name of the Lord, because I was also soul searching up there. I did a lot of nature walks. I did a lot of meditation, which is very uncharacteristic for myself. No joke. Like, that's what I did, pretty much.
It's nice every once in a while. It lets you, I don't know, just explore yourself more, you know?
And, like, they're not in, like, Portland, Maine, or, like, Bangor. Like, no. I was in the middle of nowhere.
Yeehaw County?
Like, I was in Yeehaw County. Not even Yeehaw County. I was in Tree County, brother. Like... See, I lost connection on my GPS on my way there, and I was like, oh my god, I'm not gonna find it, I'm gonna miss a turn, I'm gonna waste so much time. Joke's on you, it was only one road anyways at that point.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I imagine it was literally just a 30-mile long road, and his house just casually at the end of it or some shit.
It was a 68-mile road.
Yeah.
And his house was pretty much at the end of it before it reached town. Yeah. Yeah.
Very nice. I'm glad I'm spot on.
Yeah, that was very accurate.
Yes.
Accurate.
Akira. God, I haven't watched Akira in a long time.
I've never watched Akira.
That's good.
Is it?
Yeah, I liked it a lot. It's a little old.
But Maine was good.
Yeah.
Let me tell you though.
Yes.
You said not to call you fat, but let me tell... I probably am fatter than I was before I left because my uncle / family friend is such an insanely good cook. It is like not even funny.
Very cool. Didn't you? I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. But didn't you say he's also like a really good musician or something?
That's where I was going to go with that as well. So this was my like first time like being this close to someone that, like, he was so musically talented that it was almost unsettling in a very roundabout way. Like, the way he went about music and playing it and listening, like, he was so talented, it was almost unsettling to, because it's not like, oh, that's just a celebrity, or that was like this guy I've known since I've been born, and I just figured this out. So it was like it was crazy. It was
One
crazy.
man should have all that power.
Like, for real. Like, the way he, you know, I know there's a few, like, drummers on the internet that do it, that pretty much just, like, pick a song and then they drum over the music to, like, they do their own drumming over it. Like, that's, like, their shtick or whatever. He's so good at that. When I walked around because he's also got, like, a huge, like, vinyl setup, like, fantastic speakers, probably cost thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars. I had no clue that when I round the corner, I was just going to see him fucking going to town on the drums, and I actually spat my drink out because it caught me off guard so much.
Oh, God.
Like, and when I mean, like, going hard on the drums, I mean, like, full on, like, freaking concert style, this guy's putting on a show.
Like full Dragon Force kind of deal.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. And the face to boot, like, his face was just contorted in this very, like, serious, like, fucking beating the shit out of this drum type of thing.
The drum set just starts levitating and floating to the sky.
Oh, God, yeah, there's probably, like, lightning crackling around him. I don't know. I was also on LSD.
Yeah. Well, very nice.
Yeah.
Well, I'm sure when you're that, I don't know if gone. You see, I can't say if you're gone or if you're enlightened, because it's hard to say.
Well, it was my first time on that one, so to be quite honest, I can't really quantify it myself. But, I'll let you know when I do number 2, once my brain cells have recovered.
All I know was you sent me endless Snapchats, and
I held back a decent bit. You're lucky.
I know, which is well, you sent me one that was a bit questionable, but we won't get into that.
I don't know which one it was, but
Don't worry,
hey.
don't worry about it. We'll talk about it later.
Talk
if you
about
want.
it later.
But I'm glad you had a good time. We missed you.
I did.
It was a very lonely place without you. Let me tell you.
Was it?
Yeah, it was literally just like we were one giant puzzle, and then little Tommy came in and like broke the puzzle, and that one piece got stuck under the radiator, and you couldn't find it.
Yeah.
Yep, yep, that one. Obviously, you know it.
Yeah. Thank you, Dan. Very cool.
Oh God.
Jesus. I missed you guys too a decent bit. It was just because, like, when you're, it's one thing when you're away in civilization. There's just enough people anyways to where you're not really thinking about home. But I was in the middle of nowhere, only surrounded by trees.
Yeah, that'll do it to you. It's not.
Yeah.
I could never live that life of like, a lot of acres and just in the middle of nowhere. I'd feel way too lonely.
It pretty damn was lonely. But I guess if you're like a farmer, maybe not. Like, it's definitely like a lifestyle thing.
Yeah, if it's like you can make it work, you can make it work. I just couldn't. I know that. Anywho, would you like to jump into some topics, brother?
No, I don't want to do it.
Oh,
No.
Okay.
Podcast ends there. Just kidding.
All right, thanks, guys. Here's a little 9-minute one for you.
What do you want to talk about first?
I would like to talk about the Lion King movie that just came out.
The Lion King movie?
Though I will preface this with, I did not see the movie, and to my knowledge, I will not have to see the movie because apparently it's literally just a remake of the Lion King, shot for shot. They didn't change anything. They probably just took out a few lines, except the animals don't show any like emotion that they did when it was animated. So I've heard it's like, spoiler alert, when Mufasa dies, Simba is just kind of like there with no emotion, just like, aw shit, my dad's dead. Oops. So it's literally that. Like, I was very upset because I was.
Oh, that's how I'm gonna react.
Oops. Shit. But because you remember, you saw the cast. They had like Beyonce. They had Donald Glover. They had Seth Rogen.
They had a lineup.
A million people, star-studded. But I was just like,
A-list cast.
yeah. I'm tired of the whole like Disney remake shot for shot kind of deal with just like up-to-date CGI and shit, and I just wanted to get your opinion on how do you feel about the Disney remakes?
Well, I mean, obviously a huge part of them from Disney is probably they just want more money, right?
Very fair.
But I also think like it's cool that they brought in like new voice actors, I guess, to voice the characters, even though it was like the same lines and shit.
Yeah. One thing really quick was I went to look up the box office, and I just typed Lion King box office, and I got the like the original one, like the 1990s one, and I was like, damn, how does this have a 90% on Rotten, or like a 97% on Rotten Tomato when everyone's trashing it? But it was the original. But the thing is, I guess they thought that movie was gonna pop off, but I mean, it's not going to sound like a little bit, but they made like $543 million. But you also got to think their budget was $300 million. So it's turning a profit, but you know, it's not the best. I don't know, man.
I mean, there's like certain Disney remakes I'm perfectly on board with for live action, or not even. This isn't even live action. This is just CGI.
Yeah.
But like, I enjoy the idea of the Little Mermaid one. I think that one could be cool.
Very true. Did you ever watch the Jungle Book one?
No.
Because that is the only one I've seen so far that I would recommend to watch, because it's really fun. It's like a really enjoyable film.
Well, another thing though, like I'm with you. I'm a little disappointed that they didn't really add anything.
Yeah.
But at the same time, like, if they're using the same story, like the same chain of events, is there really a point in changing it up, though?
I mean, that's the thing, is like, they just literally reintroduced a movie with CGI, and it's like, that's cool. And like, to its credit, the movie does look great. Like, the animals look really realistic. But a lot of the thing with The Lion King is that no emotions are conveyed with it, which is kind of like the whole thing that makes The Lion King like endearing and like I don't know, a beloved movie, is that like you kind of feel what the characters feel. And this one, it's like I said, Mufasa died and someone's like, oh shit, bro, damn.
Okay, yeah, I agree with that. Like the lack of like facial expression and shit like that would that's probably like the downfall of the super realistic CGI, right?
Yeah, I mean, I'm assuming like within years to come they'll perfect it and it'll be like, wow, that was great. But I don't know. From what it's not cutting.
Though you have to admit though, like if there was a super realistic lion that looked devastated, it'd be off-putting.
Oh no, I entirely agree. And with that, I'm kind of like, maybe we just don't need the remake in the first place.
Well, yeah, but like I think like even if it was just updated animation, not like CGI, I think I would have been happy with it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. Like the one thing that really bummed me out is that Hans Zimmer was the composer for this film, and to my knowledge, it was just like pretty meh.
I mean, it's the Lion King.
No, I know. It's also Hans Zimmer and the Lion King. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, yeah.
That's a pretty iconic duo right there.
I guess that's true. One of the things that I did like about the movie is that James Earl Jones was still playing Mufasa.
I did like that too, yeah.
Because, God, his voice is fucking great.
It's powerful.
Oh yeah, honestly, the movie would probably not even be worth it without him voicing Mufasa. It's like, Mufasa's voice is so iconic in my head, I can't even think of another actor or voice actor that could come close to that. In terms of like, you know, same feel to it.
I agree. Yeah, because it's just like, it's like I said, powerful, but it's also just kind of like a father figure kind of deal, and it's comforting, if that makes sense.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But
his voice is just so rich.
Exactly. But Lion King,
so good.
Didn't really need it, but not much we can do at this point. But
yeah, Disney maybe CGI for lions not so good. Try updated animation.
Maybe. I mean, one thing I am excited for is the new Mulan. Have you seen the trailer for that?
No, I've purposely not watched it because I didn't know if you guys watched it yet, and I kind of want to do it in a watch together.
Okay. Well, tragically, I have watched it.
Yeah. Okay.
And
is it good? Does it look good?
oh, it looks very good. It looks more serious, and I don't know if you heard, but they're doing no Mushu.
Hmm.
Yeah, they're doing the like little dragon Mushu.
Oh, there's no Mushu?
Yeah, because they want to make it more. I think they're trying to make it a more serious tone, and they also want to make it more like
Historically accurate?
yeah, like more traditional kind of deal instead of like westernized.
Okay, that's... Alright, that's fair. I like Mushu, though.
And tragically, Scarlett Johansson is not playing Mulan. I'm sorry, everyone, for the letdown, but not really. Don't worry. One thing that Scarlett Johansson is going to be in next year, new Black Widow movie, because MCU Phase 4 got announced.
Hell, okay, I've actually just been waiting to talk about this okay. First off, on that subject, if you're one of those people on Twitter that are saying, hey, what the fuck, because spoiler alert, Black Widow dies, it's a prequel, you idiot. Get over it. That was obvious.
You dumb idiot. What do you think was going to happen?
I know. Anyone that's just like, well, maybe they... No, they don't bring her back. It's a prequel. If it's not a prequel, it's dumb.
Yeah, okay, you know what? Honestly, if it wasn't a prequel and it was like her ending up with the Guardians of the Galaxy or some shit, I'd be like, okay, fuck it.
No, you know how they found Thor in the beginning of Infinity War where his ship got blown up and he's just drifting in space?
Yeah.
Same thing.
Yep.
It's just, yep. I would actually walk out of the theater.
Yeah, I'd be like, whatever. But we got 5 films confirmed. We got Black Widow. We got The Eternals.
Black Widow.
Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings. Don't know anything about that.
I'm excited for that one.
I don't know anything about that, I'm going to be honest with you.
I'm just excited because it's like the first, I think, Asian actor for a Marvel movie.
Very cool. This one's my favorite title.
Sorry.
Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness.
Dude, what the fuck?
I don't know, I like that a lot. But I also really like Thor Love and Thunder.
Oh, can we talk about that?
Yeah. What you want to talk about?
What do you think of the actress choice for playing Lady Thor?
Natalie Portman?
Yeah.
I'm sure if I gave it some thought, I could maybe think of someone better, but I don't think she's necessarily a bad choice.
Okay. My problem is, one, she's already in the MCU as Jane Foster, Thor's girlfriend in the first movie, and then, like...
Oh, you're right!
Like, she was already in the MCU.
I completely forgot about that, actually.
Yeah, and then she had, like, the Reality Stone, I think, inside of her in Thor 2, but we didn't know it was the Reality Stone at the time, but, like, she was already in the MCU, so, like, how are they, I'm just curious to how they're gonna bring it back to her, because I like, if she just, like, sticks out her arm one day and fucking Mjolnir flies in her hand, lightning cracks, I'll lose my shit.
Well, like, it's gonna be her character, right? Or is it just gonna be someone new played by her?
Well, that's the thing, because if it is just someone new played by her, like, that's dumb. That's like, I don't want to say it ruins the,
It kind of does.
What's the word?
I know what you're trying to say.
Yeah, it would ruin it a little bit. Yeah.
Because, I don't know, it's like, Chris Evans isn't playing Captain America anymore, but, like, 3 years down the road, he just plays another hero. Like...
Yeah, it doesn't make sense, right?
Yeah, I mean, probably not to the same extent, but you got me. You get it.
Yeah. So, the question is like, I wonder how they're going to bring her about to be, like, Lady Thor. Because, like, Thor in the MCU is still a god, like in Norse mythology, right?
Very true.
So, maybe she's not even Thor. It's just, like, she has the same powers, maybe?
Yeah, well, the article I read entailed her as the new female Thor, and I'm like, cool. I'm okay with that. But maybe it's because I know he brought her to Asgard in the movie, and they're big chillin'. Maybe she's just big chillin' there, and she decides, hey, I like hammers and lightning. you know?
Well, that's the thing. Like, I feel like a lady. I don't know. I don't like saying Lady Thor, but I feel like a female Thor equivalent would have been better off as like a more butch character choice overall.
Like,
Because, like like a bodybuilder type. You know what I mean?
yeah, like, I don't know, some of that kind of fit. Someone that would look like they'd be able to hold the hammer, maybe.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not trying to sound like an asshole, but she is quite a dainty actress, you know what I mean? I'm not saying, like, Valkyrie does fine being a dainty actress and still fighting, but that's not Thor.
Yeah, I mean,
Like, Thor's kind of like a big meathead type of deal, you know?
yeah, no, I agree to that. I definitely think it's something like we'll have to wait and see, because maybe you're right. Maybe she won't be like Lady Thor, and she'll be kind of like, I'm kind of like him, where I do the electricity, but I don't really swing the hammer and shit. Or maybe, I don't know. We got a couple years to figure it out. We can talk about it every time for the next 2 years.
Yeah, really. It comes out in 2021.
Yeah.
What I did find was interesting was the TV series they announced.
Falcon and the Winter Soldier. I'm like, cool.
Okay.
WandaVision.
Yeah. That's sounds interesting.
I like her. I forget who the actor.
Emily Olsen.
Emily Olsen.
Or Elizabeth Olsen.
Elizabeth Olsen. Thank you. I love her.
I love her. Yes. Yes.
So happy to see her, but I'm not paying for fucking Disney Plus. Miss me with that
that's
shit.
The thing. Fuck them for putting them only on Disney Plus. Like, I'm not buying that shit.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna use someone else's account, like always.
Literally. Me saying that Disney's running monopoly and people should be worried about that, but it just doesn't matter.
Loki, though.
Loki, yes.
That's a TV series they announced with Tom Hiddleston, so, like, I know a metric load of people that would probably buy Disney Plus just for that.
I like him. What is What If? Do you know?
What If is it's an animated series.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
I just don't know what it's about, but I guess
I don't know about that.
we'll figure it out in time. Oh, I think it's hold on, I'm reading the casts, and
Well, like they're bringing back a lot of actors from the past to voice
yeah, that's what.
the animated version of them.
Yeah, because I'm seeing
But
Chris Evans as Steve Roger, Haley Atwell, Peggy Carter, Michael B. Jordan, Eric Killmonger.
yeah, like I think it's like I don't think it's supposed to be like a spoof, but I think it's supposed to be like an alternate version of some stuff.
Oh, it's probably like a what if, like the name, like, oh, what if they didn't win here?
Yeah.
What if this happened here? That's cool.
Or if like X was a good guy and X was a bad guy. I'm not too sure if that's actually how it's gonna play out, but the only thing I know is that there's just returning actors.
Yeah.
A lot of them actually.
And then Hawkeye, which I'm gonna be honest, I don't care.
Hey man, it could be good.
Well, to be fair, all of these can be good. I'm just saying personally, Hawkeye, not the superhero that comes to mind when I think superhero. But
What if they made it like a super dark show, like what Arrow could have been, and just kind of follows him when he went off the deep end, just killing freaking people left and right?
see, I could be down with that. I think if they made it like a dark thing, now that he's got his sick fucking sleeve.
Yeah, like the equivalent of like what's that show on Netflix? Not Luke Cage, fucking
Punisher
Daredevil?
kind of deal?
Yeah, Punisher, Daredevil, that type of stuff. You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
I could be around for that. I'd be okay with it. I always feel bad for him because like Hawkeye is just so forgettable as an Avenger, but like he's not that bad. It's just kind of, I don't know. He gets shafted where everyone's like, Tony's super rich, super smart. Captain America, cryovac'd, and now he not cryovac'd, but frozen to time. Now he's a beefcake. Thor, God, Hulk, big beefy person. We'll see with Black Widow where it's
And
like
smart.
yeah, and smart, and it's like Black Widow, Hawkeye, people with guns and bows and arrows.
To be quite fair, though, like, they started off as, like, A, either secret agents, or B, like, another government secret agents. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, they're, like Nick Fury, you know, they were kind of like the assassin / human expertise.
Yeah, No, I get it. I get it. I think I'm just selling them short more than anything.
Yeah, you're not even really selling them that short. It's just in comparison.
Hmm. Also,
Like I'd
can you tell me what the Eternals are? Do you know what that is?
that I am clueless on.
Okay,
It is
wait a minute.
another. It's another fucking like league. I think not like the Avengers, but I think it's like an Avengers equivalent. Sorry.
Yeah. I just want to let you know that in that series, Don Lee plays Gilgamesh.
Yeah, okay. Then I think I know who these are. Yeah, I think they're like a Guardians of the Galaxy equivalent. So like the Avengers was a popular comic book series, and then the Guardians of the Galaxy was lesser known, and they still, excuse me, Marvel still took a chance on bringing in the Guardians of the Galaxy. I think this is like the equivalent. They're like another group of quote heroes,
Mm-hmm.
and that's all I know. That's all I remember reading.
All right. I mean, we'll figure it out when the time comes, but...
Yee.
And also, I was reading on the Shang-Chi Legend of the Ten Rings, and I guess this has been in development for a very long time.
Yeah, I think the actor that's playing the main guy, Shang-Chi,
Mm-hmm.
a while ago on Twitter was just like, I wish the Marvel had a like an Asian actor, and then once they announced this, he typed LOL because like he was the actor.
Oh. What a beast. Good guy.
Yeah, like I'm pretty sure that's how it worked. I'm stuttering so much. You take a week off when you forget how to talk.
Now, well, it could be the LSD. It's hard to say.
Yeah, maybe I'm having a stroke.
Or maybe your brain got microwaved and it's kind of just like mushing itself back together.
Jesus Christ.
But
Gosh, on the subject of Marvel movies, you see that Endgame is finally the top?
yes, I'd say deserving.
Okay.
I don't give a fuck about your blue people, Bobby. I don't give a shit.
Okay. No. This, you know, I already like Avatar. I don't have to go into that. I don't care that they beat it. It's just how they beat it. It was like we all knew that's how it was going to happen because they did the re-release.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, like James Cameron's probably just like, haha, yeah, woo, congratulations. But in reality, it's just like, fuck you guys.
Yeah, I just liked. We're bringing Endgame back to the big screen. This time with an introduction from the Russo brothers and deleted scenes. And then it was like, "Hey, I'm one of the Russo bros. I hope you like the movie again." And then the deleted scene was an unrendered Hulk rescuing people from a burning building and then pulling an unrendered iPad out of his butt and just answering
Number one on the box office.
I will say the Stan Lee tribute at the end of it was very touching.
Oh, most definitely. But I thought it was kind of funny because people that aren't very happy about the Avengers now being the top grossing film are like, oh wow, it took over 12 movies and over 3,000 minutes of screen time to be one of James Cameron's first films in a franchise. And to be honest, they got a good point.
They do.
But at the same time, well, we already know. I've already discussed. I think the Avatar was rather revolutionary for the time, so they also kind of had a foot above the rest.
Well, yeah, it was. I mean, it's two in the same boat. Of one was revolutionary for like 3D and stuff of that nature, and the other was revolutionary for like
franchise.
Yeah, like a cinematic universe for films.
Yeah.
I mean, there's still a possibility for the Avatar cinematic universe. We just gotta wait till 2065.
Yeah, for real. Huh? I was so sad when they were like, "Yeah, it's coming out in 2020," and they're like, "JK 2021, JK 2022," or is it still 2021?
Dude, honestly, I don't know anymore. All I know is it's been 10 years, and they're like,
it's
coming, guys, it's coming.
But what if it's actually like stupidly good?
I'd hope for it to be at least an incredible movie. because I don't know if they've been in production since 2009, but if it took you, like upwards to 13, 15 years to perfect your movie, good on you, I guess.
Well, there's a problem with that, right? Like, doesn't that mean that some of the parts are probably going to be like behind the times? I know we're talking about 10 years, but there's revolutionary technology coming out all the time for film. So like, I wonder what their engines are like.
Well,
Maybe that's why it's taking so long. Maybe they were just like, fuck it, we got to remake it with this cooler one.
I think it's either that or that like James Cameron is like a perfectionist and it's like, no, that won't work. No, that won't work. That's true.
Well, I guess when you hold the record of highest grossing film of all time with your first movie, it kind of puts a weight on your shoulders.
Yeah, you probably would become a bit of a perfectionist, to be fair.
Or at least out of fear.
Yeah. I mean, I definitely think that, like, they haven't been working on it for maybe 10 plus years now. I have no idea when Avatar 2 production started. Do you know if it was immediately after the first one? Because I don't remember.
Dude, I don't even know if it's been in production.
That's true. James Cameron.
I don't even know.
James Cameron comes out with a fucking cardboard box and 2 sock puppets, and he's like, yep, this is it. Get ready, guys.
Well, yeah. Like, the actors and actresses in the movie are like 10, 12 years older than they were before.
That's true. Like, what? I don't remember how old, like, the main actor and actresses are, but, like, what if they're, like, 60 now? They were in their prime and they fell off.
Sam Worthington, the guy that played Jake Sully, is 42 now, so that means he was at least 32 when the movie came out.
Jesus Christ.
I mean, I guess he is just a CGI character now, so it's not like it'll be that.
Yeah, that's true. Well, I mean,
right?
I guess it would make sense if they did a movie like 10 years in the future, and then it's like they aged, like, in real life, and it's like, yeah, it works. I don't know. I think Endgame deserves to be number one, that's my opinion.
I think so as well. I think it's deserving. I wish they got it off the first time around, to be honest.
I can agree on that, yeah.
Like, they definitely deserved it the first time around, and then the re-release was a little bit of like a, we want the title type of thing, you know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. Or it's like,
where's our trophy?
Yeah. Like, the Avatar shouldn't be number one. We did it! We did it the best!
Yeah, but in reality, like, they definitely baited a lot of people. Like, they baited us.
Oh, 100% baited us.
Like, granted, I was around to see it another time, but I was totally baited in.
Yeah, they fucking hit us with the deleted scene. And I'm like, oh shit, what did we... Well, there was also a couple deleted scenes in the movie that I noticed that were cool. And I don't know why they got cut out at all, but...
Well, still, though, like... They kind of abused, like, the nerd factor of, like, people not wanting spoilers and shit, so no one probably really looked into what these deleted scenes even were if they didn't see it the opening night, you know what I mean? So, like, we saw, like, 3 days after it came out?
Yeah.
On the re-release? I fully was coming in expecting a full CGI'd scene, not fucking T-pose Hulk. Just... I definitely feel like I was baited, but at the same time, I happily saw the movie nonetheless.
Oh yeah, I had no problem seeing the movie again, don't get me wrong, but you have to give me fucking unrendered Hulk?
Yeah, and you said Russo Brothers special introduction. That was one brother.
Yeah, bullshit. I want my money back.
Yeah, bring me the other Russo brother.
Endgame isn't that far ahead. We can fuck them if we want.
God.
Imagine if it worked that way, like you could get refunds on your tickets and it just ruined everything for them.
For real. You want to segue into some other news?
What do you got for me?
So, I don't know if you heard, but A$AP Rocky's been detained in Sweden.
Yeah, they're not treating him too nice, to my knowledge.
So, for you guys that don't know, A$AP Rocky is he's a rapper. And he got into a fight in Sweden, and he's been awaiting whatever outcome comes to him. But the funny part is that Kanye West got on the phone with Donald Trump, our president here in the United States, and Donald Trump then, on behalf of Kanye West, talked to the Swedish Prime Minister in order to try and get to the bottom of this A$AP Rocky fiasco and try and help him get back home.
Did you see the video on why he got locked up?
No.
Oh.
It was a fight, right? It was just a fight.
It was literally two dudes that didn't speak English were just following him for some reason. Like, it never said in the video. And, like, after they followed him for, like, blocks and, like, hours, and obviously he couldn't, like, go back to his hotel because then they're just going to follow him up the stairs and shit. So, it was, like, one of them took a cheap shot at his bodyguard, and his bodyguard, like, pushed one, and then there was a video of A$AP Rocky, like, literally picking up one of the dudes and throwing him.
Jesus.
And not like WWE, but, like, he grabbed him by the arms and, like you do with your kid.
Oh, like, yeah, okay. Okay. I mean, I launch my kids, definitely.
You know, like when your kid's misbehaving and you, like, do the thing where you lift him up off the ground, you swing him around, then you let go and throw him into the stratosphere. It's kind of like that.
Yeah,
just...
yeah. Or like when you seismic toss them into the dining room table. Yeah.
A little sidetrack. I stopped by my home a couple of days ago, and me and my mom were, I don't know what it is, but, like, me and my mom like doing bits, and we were talking about how...
I'm sorry, doing what?
Like bits, like
okay. I thought you said shits, and I was like, what?
No, but she was like, remember when you were a kid and I used to just roundhouse kick you? And I was like, yeah, no. Like, yeah.
Ma, you're the reason why I'm in therapy.
Yeah. She's like, yeah, you got too big, so I had to drop kick you instead to make it easier. And I was like, I don't remember this, Mom.
Jesus Christ.
And it's funny because, like, if you've seen my mom, she is not the person that could roundhouse kick or drop kick me. That's fine. It's okay.
Jeez.
Anyways.
Actually, on that subject, another tangent. We'll circle back to you, A$AP Rocky. So, when I was in Maine, I obviously haven't seen my dad for a while, so I had to do the little test of strength, you know, the too tight handshake, the flexing a little bit.
Oh, yeah.
And let me say, I almost didn't get my fingers crushed into oblivion. So, we gaining, we gains, boys. We gains.
Yeah, I love doing.
We got gains.
I love doing that with my dad, except, like, I have tall, lengthy, like, spider hands or fingers, and my dad just has, like, beefy, calloused up hands. So every time, like, I do it,
workman's hand.
Yeah, workman's hand. He's like, "Do you really want to do this?" And I'm like, "Yeah, let's go." And he'll, like, just break my hand, and I have to go get surgery for it.
Dude, I feel like dads have like a trigger in their brain that when their son tries to, like, have a fun little challenge, they take it as serious as physically possible.
Oh yeah. Yes. Or also just something sparks when you're a dad that your handshake grip increases tenfolds.
Oh yeah, as soon as you have a kid, you're able to just shatter kidless people's hands.
Oh yeah. Or maybe that's just our dads. Maybe we're in the minority.
Yeah, who knows?
Right.
A$AP Rocky.
Oh yeah.
So, the reason why I want to talk about this is, could you imagine 10 years ago? I saw this on Twitter, so this is thievery, but nonetheless, could you imagine 10 years ago if you heard on the news that Kanye West contacted the president, which he then took Kanye West's plea and took it to another government's leader in order to bring back A$AP Rocky?
Everything of this nature is just so odd to me, and how we've actually got to this point in life. First off, Kanye being friends with Donald Trump, just kind of weird, and then Donald Trump being president, still weird. Like 3 years later, still weird. But my whole thing with this is that I guess it wasn't just Kanye; it was also his wife, like Donald's wife. I always forget.
Melina?
Yeah, Melina. I guess she said something about it too. But I still don't understand why he's locked up for so long.
A$AP?
Yeah, because, like, it didn't seem like a big deal of a fight, but I guess I don't understand how the laws work in Sweden.
Well, I think it's strictly just because he's a foreigner.
That could definitely make sense, yeah.
Like, I'm not saying they're showing him injustice just because he's not from their country. I just think the legal process for a foreigner is probably hard
Hmm.
in general. Like, no matter where you are.
Yeah. I also like what was it? Never mind, ignore me. I was gonna say something stupid.
All right, that's fine. I wonder. Imagine if he's still locked up for Rolling Loud.
Oh, that would be a tragedy.
No, speaking of Rolling Loud, so like Nico, our friend Nico linked the lineup, and dude, that concert's stacked.
Oh, it's nuts. Like every single big name you can think of is there. Rolling Loud is like one of the best things of the year, but the tickets for that are insane.
I would imagine so, and to be honest, there's like 9 artists I know on there altogether, and I definitely wouldn't want to pay for both days to see the ones I know.
Yeah. It's definitely like I will say though about this list is that like obviously like the headlines are great and like the first three lines of acts are good, but then you get to the bottom, they do fall off hard, I'll be honest.
Well, I mean, I'm sure it's more or less like up and coming artists and stuff like that they're trying to give some showtime to.
Well, yeah, it is, but it's just
It's like undercard fighters.
yeah, like I do know a lot of these names, and I will say, at least for me personally, it falls off. I don't think it actually does, but you know,
Yeah, who the fuck is Blueface? Yeah.
you know, Blueface.
Dude, I love that Wu-Tang is headlining.
Oh yeah, Travis got Wu Tang Meek Mill for day one, and then ASAP Rocky, Lil Uzi, and then
Yo, save Lil Uzi.
say Lil Uzi, please, and then Juice World. It's like,
I'm
geez.
surprised Juice World's not on there as a headliner.
I mean, he's big, but he's not. I wouldn't say he's as big as ASAP Rocky or Lil Uzi.
I would say he's like it. Like, okay, so they got Travis Scott, Meek Mill, Wu-Tang highlighting for day one. I feel like it could have been ASAP Rocky, Lil Uzi, Juice World. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, you're not wrong. I guess it's just not our
Like,
call.
I mean, shit, A Boogie's pretty huge.
I want to say yes, but I don't know if I can. You know what I mean? Like, he's definitely not small. Like, he's definitely made a name for himself. But a lot of like the people that are headlining have been in it for a long time and definitely made their mark.
That's
I'd
fair.
say.
That's fair. Honestly, I can't even remember the last Meek Mill song I've heard of.
Well, he was in jail for a while, but Going Bad,
Yeah,
that one
maybe
with
that's
Drake,
why.
that one pops off.
Oh, that's true. I like that Suicide Boys are there.
Fucking Suicide Boys.
Dude, I love their music.
I do too. It's like I have to be in a special mood to listen to them.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh.
For everyone that doesn't know it in here, we're talking about the Rolling Loud Festival. Is that?
Yeah,
is it,
it's a festival.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's in October in New York.
Yeah, so ASAP Rocky's got about 4 months to get out. I imagine he'll
Yeah.
be out, but I know
I'd be surprised if he was in there for more than a few weeks just for that.
yeah. I mean, to my knowledge, the Sweden judicial system is not really taking it too easy on him, but I don't know. It's just kind of fucked up. Like it's mostly just because he's a foreigner, and it's like in reality, like obviously you can only take it at face value because you don't know what really happened. All you have is the video, but it was literally just like him telling people like, "Yo, leave me alone. I don't want any trouble." And like he even got like locals that like spoke English and Swedish to be like, "Hey, can you tell them to leave me alone?" And then they'd still follow him, and then he just I don't want to say beat the shit out of him, but put them in their place. We'll leave it at that.
You know, maybe he did end up Goomba stomping them, and that's why that's why he's getting so much trouble.
Yeah.
And I would lose my shit too if people were just following me around and like, because at that point you genuinely feel unsafe.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, yeah, if you're getting followed
So-
around by people you don't know, and you can't go back to your hotel because they're gonna know where you live, like,
Yeah, like I definitely like understand his situation, but maybe he did take it too far. I don't know. I'm interested to see like what comes of this in general.
yeah. We'll keep you updated. We'll keep all the youngins updated out there.
Nah, just me.
I'll just keep
Just me.
only you, Bobby. No one else will hear about this.
Thank
man.
you.
Okay.
Screw the youngins. Speaking of youngins, though, So in Oregon now, students are allowed to take mental health days, which is kind of cool.
That's great.
It's like these mental health days won't like count against you in classes, like you won't receive penalties from. Granted, I can see these kind of getting abused for like, oh, I got a test today, time to take a mental health. But like at the same time, it's like you still got to take the test. So
yeah, I mean, to be fair, this article opens up with Oregon's suicide rate has outpaced the national average for the past 3 decades.
Yeah, they're not even like the highest state. I think they're along the top 5 in terms of suicide rate among young adults / minors. But I think I just thought this was really cool because it was like 4 young teenage-ish mental health activists that really pushed for this and kind of got it through, which was really cool to me.
Yeah, no, I like that a lot. I mean, I'm all for, you know me, I'm all for mental health days, even with work. They'll say, you know. But like, especially for school, because like college, when you get to crunch time, you fucking lose your mind. Too much.
Well, this is for like public school, so it's like middle school, high school type of stuff.
I mean, even
I'm not sure what.
Maybe in middle school, maybe I'm just being judgmental. I was gonna say maybe in middle school, I don't see the point in it, but also everyone has their own issues, so not fair to say.
Well, I imagine you would only really know about them until you hit high school, really.
Yeah, but I like that it doesn't count towards like your attendance. I almost said accountability because I'm an idiot. But attendance, but obviously, like, yeah, you have to do the work, but, you know.
Yeah, like, you know, you're not, like, getting out of anything, but it's not, like, I know from my high school experience, I did take mental health days if I needed them, and it just sucked having that count against me when, like, I wouldn't have been very productive in school anyways, you know what I mean?
Oh, big same. I mean, to be fair, a lot of my mental health days were spent at school doing literally none of the work.
Yeah, exactly. You know what I mean? So it's good to hear that it's improving that way.
Yeah.
Or at least in Oregon.
Yeah, I mean, this definitely should be like a national thing, because I feel like, especially in a school environment, mental health doesn't seem to be taken too serious.
Well, learning, you're cramming all this new knowledge into your body that you've never heard before. It's stressful shit.
Yeah, I mean, just being in school is stressful as shit, even outside of the work thing, but like trying to fit in, trying to make new friends.
Yeah, exactly. It's definitely, it's warranted. It's definitely warranted, and I can't really see many, if any, angles that this would be a negative.
Yeah. Obviously, like, the only one was what you mentioned earlier of, like, this could be abused by, like, oh, I'm taking this whole week off. They're all going to be mental health days, but, like, it's not for that. It's just because you don't want to go to school. Like, people will be lazy with it, and that's fine for them, but for people that actually need it, this is great.
Yeah. I mean, it's good that, like, this article says it allows students to be honest about their reasons for not going to school. And I completely agree with that. Like, the people were saying, like, it will increase absenteeism and chronic absenteeism, but at the same time, like, if they're honest, then it's not just chronic absenteeism, right? Like, it's a problem that they're acknowledging because the school now acknowledges that mental health is important, right?
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm trying to say?
No, I get entirely. Like, fuck, I lost it. I hate myself.
It's, you know, it's okay. It's one. It's cold and it's rainy. Okay.
Yeah, thank God it's cold for the first time in the past week. Unrelated.
I'm glad the day I got back it was 66 the majority of the time. Yeah.
But I don't know. I remember what I was going to say. I was going to say that it's nice that it's becoming like more acceptable to acknowledge like, hey, I have a problem and I'm going to deal with it. You know what I'm saying? Instead of just like can't really talk to anyone because it's just kind of viewed as just not good.
Yeah, I mean, like, kids in middle school and high school have it tough because a lot of the times when they even do say they have a problem, it just gets chalked up to, like, hormones or growing.
Yeah.
Or, part of growing up and shit like that. So, like, it's nice that, like, they now have the ability to be like, no, it's a problem. I'm not getting taller. I'm depressed.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I remember one was like, "Oh, you're too young. You don't know what depression is," or some shit like that. Like, fuck you.
What do you have to be anxious about, man? You don't pay for anything.
Oh, that was my favorite. I love that shit.
That's actually like a trigger statement to me.
Oh yeah. Like, why are you so sad? There's so much good in the world, and it's like, yeah, but no.
It's like, I don't know, motherfucker.
Fuck you, bitch.
You tell me.
Oh, fuck, man. I don't know what it is. I don't know if you're rubbing off on me, but I've been blanking on what I want to say so much this episode.
Dude, I don't even think my brain's talking to my mouth right now.
That's how I'm feeling. Because like something will happen in my brain. I'm like, all right, you're gonna say it now, and then it's like, burner, burner, burner. Dial-up.
Oh, yeah, the dial-up sound. My God, for real though, it's just there's a disconnect somewhere for me right now. Maybe it's just maybe it was just that 1 week off.
Hey, you're fucked now. You threw everything out of whack.
Honestly, I ruined my streak of not missing a single episode, or our streak of not missing a single episode. Well, I guess technically the podcast streak is still going,
Yeah,
but my personal one.
Not the dynamic duo streak.
Yeah, well, in spirit.
In spirit. Well, hey, we had that episode 0 to make up for it, so now there are you can't miss any.
That was like our stash away.
Yep.
I see.
That was the fallback.
The rainy day fund.
Yep.
Yeah.
Broke out the piggy bank.
Shit. Guess I'm gonna what if like I forgot what I was gonna say again.
Oh my.
What kind of day is this? What the hell is happening? You know what?
We're doing it.
We're doing it. There's something else I want to talk about, and we're gonna move on because maybe I can talk more about this. So, I'm not sure how many of you guys follow anything that has to do with video games, but there's a game called Cyberpunk 2077. Super popular right off the bat. It's like one of the top sellers, even though it's not even out yet. It's supposed to be like this huge, expansive world that deals a lot with contemporary issues. And now the makers of Cyberpunk have come out to say that some of the issues that are going to be in the game, and some of the even themes that are going to be in the game, are real things, such as religions. The game is going to feature real world religions, and they are coming out and saying, basically, we will not avoid any subject, even if they may offend the sensitivity of some.
You see,
so what do you think about that?
I really like this. It's definitely a risky road to take, but I'm all for it, man. Because it says like
I so agree with you.
Yeah, well, one of his Christianity's going to be present, so if they say something, got like a burning cross somewhere, and you get offended, tough shit, eh?
Well, they're already coming out and saying we're not here to say whether it is good or bad. You know, referring to like religions in general. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, they're just taking real world stuff and applying it to their game, you know, because their goal basically, they're not. This isn't supposed to be like an alternate reality. They're saying it's like a continuous reality.
Yeah.
You know?
I like that a lot. Yeah, it's definitely. I definitely am really curious to see how they go about it and like what kind of part it plays towards the story, or if it's just like a side thing.
Well, I imagine because it's like city based, it's gonna like feature a lot of different. Well, they called Christianity like a faction, you know what I mean? So I imagine since it is like a cyberpunk-esque thing, there's gonna be like probably religious fanatics in either way, or each group is like more centralized. So maybe in this society, the Christians only associate with other Christians. You know what I mean? Like, either know that is something that's happened before. Maybe that's just, it pops up in the game like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I could definitely see that. Yeah, I could definitely see like, not like, kind of like a gated community kind of thing for religions. Certain groups only talk to certain groups, and other groups only talk to other groups kind of deal.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's not even like, they're saying it's just going to feature real religions. That doesn't mean like their plot points revolve around them, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, I will say, thankfully it's not that, because I think that is, it's hard to do without being just like tacky, if you know what I mean? Like, it's like,
I mean, that's fair. That's fair.
It's like what you,
especially with real world religions, it would be hard to.
Yeah, it's like what you said, like, it'd just be kind of like trying to be different for the sake of being different, which doesn't always
Yeah.
land. Doesn't ever really land, to be fair.
Yeah. I'm just happy that they're, saying like, yeah, some people could be sensitive to this, but we are really like they're saying like it's for the good of the game,
Yeah, and like they shouldn't.
And not many companies nowadays do that.
Yeah, they shouldn't have to censor themselves for something they want to do.
Yeah, Tracer should still be thick as shit.
Wait, is Tracer not thick anymore?
Nah, it was a joke because in like the Overwatch like beta, she was way thicker,
Oh, yeah?
and then on the release they unthickened her.
Oh
By a decent
yeah, I remember that. Oh yeah, Tracer was
'Cause,
dummy thick, and now she's just
Not well, she's thick.
yeah. Well, I'd say if they really wanted to make
Video game character.
yeah, I'd say if they really wanted to make her accurate, they would have made her fat. But oh well, I'm offended, and I'm gonna write an angry email, and Blizzard is gonna have to answer to it.
Yeah, Blizzard, look out! It's White Knight Daniel coming for you.
I don't know. That shit always baffles me of like people complaining over if they were offended by a movie or like a game for this nature. Like if they want.
No,
Sorry.
oh no, I was interrupting you.
I was gonna say like the director, like developer, definitely wanted to portray a message, and they figured the best way they could do that was through this means of an outlet. So suck it up.
Exactly. Yeah, it's a double-edged sword because yes, sometimes like negative themes could be too negative or too extreme, but at the same time, kind of like you're saying, most of these things could just be not that big of a deal to almost everybody, and it gets changed just because of a select few made it a big deal. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, to be fair, if in Cyberpunk they were just burning crosses left and right and it was just saying like, hey, fuck Christianity, shit religion, then it might be a little far. That one's, unless they find a good way to portray it in the game to make
as long
sense.
As it makes, yeah, exactly. As long as it makes sense in the game, as long as they're not trying to push an agenda, I don't see the problem of it,
Yeah, like if it makes sense, but if it's just like outright that and it doesn't really circle back to anything, then it's just kind of
bad, not good.
Yeah, a little bad, not good. That's what I would have said.
Yeah.
It's tough to say. It's definitely some people will probably be offended and they'll write their articles and their emails and only like 5 people will care. And that's fine. They can have their angry little community, but if it works out really well, a lot of people will be like, hey, you guys did it well. I'd like to see more of it.
I'm glad though that they released the statement early on, just because now, or hopefully, people will be like, okay, cool, now we can't just force, the company to do what they want, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Fuck. The point I'm trying to make is I have a problem when any kind of company or anyone that's producing some form of art or whatever kind of has to deal with the minority of people that have a problem with certain things. Like, I understand that there's cases where some things aren't okay, don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
But if you're just like restricting a vision of a society, like it's a society, you know what I mean? Like religion's part of society.
Yeah, exactly.
Get over it.
And,
Get over
and
it.
it's also, it's not like this untouchable thing.
Yeah.
It's, I don't know. I don't want to make it too, edgy, but it's like hand in hand with like how sexual orientations have become more like not everything is white and straight. And like there was a huge outcry for that in jazz. But now we're gonna transition over to religion, it appears.
I mean, I think theology is pretty cool, to be honest. I think that's like inventing new religions and shit is always cool to me.
Yeah, I always think the idea of religion is interesting. It's just the people that practice it to an extreme are terrifying.
Oh, I mean, religion is just terrifying in itself. I mean, not to be an asshole to anyone that is religious, but they are pretty culty, and if you break it down.
I was literally thinking this the other day because I had to go to a wake recently, and it was at a church, and I was looking around at all of the like statues, the glass panels, and all like the quote unquote stories they tell. And then even if you read like, I'm just going on a rant right now, but like even reading some passages from the Bible are just like, you are mine now. Like that's what God will say, and it's like that's unsettling.
Yeah. Like, it's, I feel like you have to be kind of delusional to not acknowledge that religion can be pretty culty. I mean, if you find comfort in it and that's where your belief is held, I have no problem with that. I don't think any right-minded person should. You can believe whatever you want to believe, but, like, in essence, they are pretty culty.
Oh yeah, there's no denying that. Yeah, like I believe whatever you want, whatever makes you happy, whatever helps you get through things, that's fine. Just
Yeah.
my big thing is don't force it onto me.
Yeah. Don't use it as an excuse to be hateful.
Exactly. Wow,
And that's the T.
that's the T. Thank you,
That's
Sophie
the
Turner.
Oh, shit.
Oh,
I love Sophie Turner. Her and Joe Jonas on Instagram is
Oh,
actually, like,
they're so
brightens my day whenever they
they're
post.
so cute, and they were on like a little honeymoon, and it just looks so cute.
Oh, yeah. They're a reason to be happy.
I would agree. You wanna wrap it up?
You know what? Let's wrap it up. Folks, we're shaking off the rust. We'll probably be back in full form for next week's episode. But until then, this has been episode 38. Thank you for tuning into the Frying Pan Podcast. As always, we have social media. We're on Twitter and Instagram. We pop off, because why not?
We always pop off.
And you're listening to us on either Podbean, Spotify, Apple Music, Stitcher, or YouTube. So thank you for listening on any of those platforms. We appreciate it. And if you could go the extra mile and give us a star rating, a like, a comment, any of the sort, we'd appreciate that. And with constructive criticism, you could also send that over to our email, inthepanpodcast@gmail.com. As I always say, we do this to get better. So any constructive criticism will help us get better. And you can send us over any business inquiries to that email as well. And finally, for the last time, this has been the Frying Pan Podcast, episode 38. Thank you for tuning in, folks. Have a great rest of your week. Have a great rest of your day. Have a great rest of your whatever you're doing.
Yee-hoo!
I hope you find a reason to be happy today. Have a good one.
Take care.
Ah,